shot, what a save! Diving his way inside, strong boot, it's a goal! Towards the far post, goal!
And another block. It's going to be a great finish. 1-1 headed in on the corner.
There's a shot to score.
Patience, and the shot goes through.
Trickles through for a goal. And they're going back to the NCAA tournament. It is Championship Sunday in the Patriot League, and it doesn't get any better than this. You're watching the 2019 Patriot League Women's Soccer Tournament. It's the cadets and the mids, number 3 Army and number 1 Navy on the Patriot League Network on Stadium. With that, we say good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Jamie Watson, I'm DJ Sixsmith. Navy hasn't won a Patriot League title since 2008. Army beat Navy in 2011. Jamie, one of the best rivalries in college sports. Doesn't get any better than this.
I woke up excited. It's really interesting. The big picture is they're going to graduate and serve our country. The smaller picture is number 3 seed Army has come into town with 2 words on their mind: beat Navy.
Let's talk about those Black Knights right now. We take a look back to Friday night. Army a 2-1 win against Holy Cross. And Jamie, as we take a look at the highlights here, a couple freshmen got involved. First, Dara Murray. What a beautiful goal right here.
As you like to call her, Money Dara puts it in and the side netting. Beautiful goal, DJ. It really set the pace for Army.
And then Holy Cross had the momentum. Things changed a little bit later in the second half. Thanks to Erin Johns here. She flicks it through. A little bit of an issue for Holy Cross in the back line. Lauren Drysdale, 2-1, Army a winner. That's how they got here. Should be a very interesting match. Meanwhile, let's talk about the mids of Navy because it was a wild atmosphere here. PKs, Gray off the crossbar. Sydney Fortson gets the job done.
Again, Captain Sydney Fortson. In the end, it was all about her, and as rightly so, she wears that band proudly.
She's the captain of this team. She will try and win her first Patriot League title this afternoon at home. Navy has never won the Patriot League title here in Annapolis. Who's going home with the hardware? Find out next. Number 3 Army, number 1 Navy. Coming your way right after this on the Patriot League Network on Stadium.
In the Patriot League, academics and athletics work in harmony. We are dedicated to success on the field of play, in the classroom, and in the community. A competitive athletic experience with high academic standards. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
We are ready to roll from Annapolis, Maryland. You're watching the 2019 Patriot League Women's Soccer Tournament from Glenn Warner Soccer Facility on the beautiful campus of the Naval Academy. As if this one didn't already have enough juice, take a look at this. We have Mr. and Mrs. Johns here getting ready to watch both of their daughters play. Erin for Army, Caitlin for Navy. And we talked to them before, Jamie. They are excited. They are nervous. This is a really special moment for them.
Look at the look on Mom's face. You can see already she's got the nerves. Dad with the USMC hat on. He's a Marine Corps man.
Erin Johns has been one of the best offensive players in the entire conference. She had a game winner in double OT to knock Navy out of the tournament last year. Caitlin Johns, a freshman, a plebe, playing in her first ever Patriot League title game. Those two will be going after it, offense against defense. Should be a great matchup today.
Absolutely. We had a lengthy discussion with Mom and Dad about how do you think they're feeling. And, you know, they said, what did they say? They haven't talked about the game yet.
The sisters haven't talked about it. They're waiting until after.
Until afterwards. So I think it'll be fine. They've been a lifetime together. They're very close off the field. Should be a good one, DJ.
And a very important matchup today as well. Navy has not won the Patriot League Championship since 2008. Army beat Navy in 2011 to win the Patriot League title. Both these programs with 3 titles to their names. Navy in the home whites, Army in the road blacks. And away we go in the championship match. Navy got the best of Army in their only regular season match. 1-0 victory. Carolyn Mang had the only goal, one of her 4 this year. As this one will roll out of play, it'll be a Navy throw-in. There's Adrian Blewett, year number 2 for him. First time he is coaching in a Patriot League final. 16, 12, and 11 overall in his 2 years at Army West Point. And the mids will get this one back here. There's Karen Gabera, year number 27 for her. 3 Patriot League championships as a head coach here and over 340 wins. She's also lost the title game 9 different times. So you got to imagine just a mix of emotions going through her mind right now. There's Caitlin Johns. She punts it out of the zone. John's a freshman from Texas. Her dad, a Navy man. They came on a visit here and sent a text to mom, and this was the school that she loved. Of all the different places she went, Jamie, this was the one where she knew it would be home for the next 4 years. Yeah, the funny part to me was the dad about Aaron, the older one, said, Dad, I want to go to Army, and he said, over my dead body. Well, the really interesting thing was that Erin Johns wasn't even initially considering a service academy. She was looking at BC. They were really heavily recruiting her. She gave Navy a quick look, wasn't feeling it based on the academics and a few other things she wanted. And then she took a visit to Army, and the rest is history. There are the parents right there. We'll have our eyes on them all night long, all afternoon long. He's got the TB12 jersey, not Tom Brady, but it is a Patriot jersey, right. Obviously, the service academies. He needed to spell that out for me because I saw Tom Brady. And they are also Patriots fans from the Connecticut area. Correct. Initially. This will be Alex Jackson, debuted away on the free kick, 2-time All-Patriot League player and the Defensive Player of the Year as well. Victoria Tran mixing it up in the middle for Navy. Had a 4.0 GPA in her first 2 semesters. That's Jun Japunjan tracking it down. She did not play in the semifinal. Sustained an injury against Loyola in the final match of the regular season. That's her right there, number 2, 5'3" from Diamond Bar, California. As we take a look at the all-time series, Navy 16, 12, and 4. They've gotten the better of Army, but when it comes to playing in the Patriot League tournament, Army has been the kryptonite for Navy, Jamie. Certainly of late. I mean, we took a look at the last 5 meetings. Here comes Erin Johns. First big look for Johns as she goes across the midline. Drysdale sends this one forward. Morgan Walsh gets a turn. Gardner rips it into the middle. Trying to get that one to Carfagno. She had 2 assists on Friday. It was a really key part, especially in the second half for the Black Knights. Freeman keeps this one in. Army stays with it on their half. Navy with one of the best defenses in the entire conference. John's trying to leg this one down. Working on Ramirez and lost it off the foot. Carfagno is sneaky good, just like you are, DJ. Like you describe yourself as your athletic prowess. Sneaky. She is sneaky good. She gets points after points, and her and Erin Johns are hot, hot, hot right now. Carfagno, just a freshman from Jersey. 6 goals this year for her. And it was really her offensive prowess that not only flipped the field for the majority of that second half, but really changed the game and some smart plays. And the one play that it boiled down to was Carfagno to Johns setting things up for Drysdale in the front of the net, which was ultimately the game winner. Yeah, the only thing I want to say about that game winner from Drysdale is, much like the Service Academy kids, they don't quit. She never quit on that ball, DJ. And as Letary went in, she tried to slap it out of the goal, but Drysdale was right there and punched it in. Fry sends this one to the offensive side for Navy. So these two squads have played several close matches the last couple of years. Like we mentioned, 2018 Patriot League quarterfinals right here in Annapolis, double OT. Erin Johns, your game winner. Army a 1-0 win. The 2011 finals, Army won 2-0 over Navy. The 08 final, which was here in Annapolis, Army a 1-0 win. You go back to the 99 semis, Navy 2-1 in double OT. Maybe we're going the distance today. Who knows? 98 semis, Navy beats Army 2-0. 97 semis, Army 1-0 over Navy. The Cadets have had a 4-2 advantage the last 6. Here's a good look for Freeman, and it'll be going to the corner. You and I often talk about set pieces where most goals are scored, and here comes Baisley McClaskey, leading point getter on this team, I believe, and she is lethal from that position over there.
Great server of the ball, DJ.
It was McClaskey who had the corner to get things going for Gina Pereno in the goal that she scored against Loyola. First corner of the afternoon. McClaskey lets it rip. Top of the box. Ramirez gets that one blocked and cleared away. Nice job by Gardner. What a journey for Baisley McClaskey. Appeared in 22 matches as a freshman. This is the 13th time that Navy is in the Patriot League Championship. Wins in 03, 06, and 07. And they almost made it 3 straight in 08. But Army, a 1-0 win in double OT. Karen Gabera has really built an incredible program here in Annapolis, Jamie.
Such respect for Karen Gabera. I mean, your 91 MVP, for those of you that don't know, her playing career speaks for itself on the U.S. Women's National Team. And she's brought that spirit of excellence right here to the Naval Academy for the last 27 years.
All-time leading scorer at UC Santa Barbara. Also won a gold medal in the '96 Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia with the women's national team. Back and forth we go on this Sunday afternoon. And this one will trickle out. We got a great crowd here as well. I mean, it's a November Sunday, but you wouldn't know it based on the temperature. Peaking towards the 60s right now.
Which is really different from Friday night. We were freezing on Friday, so I'm happy for all the players. Everybody, the stands are packed. You see a lot of the plebes lining the field. It's an exciting day.
The senior class for Navy wins against Army in the regular season in 2016, 18, and 19. 10-5 are the mids all-time in matches played in Annapolis against the cadets. There's Sydney Casali on the free kick, and Jamie, she played wonderful on Friday, gave up a goal, but really a big reason why her team is in this Sunday final today.
You'll see her taking these kits because she's a tremendous distributor of the ball. Coach Blewett calls Sydney Casali a star, one of the best goalkeepers in all of Division I women's soccer.
Good defensive stand here for the mids. It'll go back to Navy. There's Sydney Fortson, Scholar Athlete of the Year in the Patriot League, the senior from California. How about this defense? Not only the best in the Patriot League, top 5 in the country in goals against. Number 7 in shutout percentage. They've allowed just 8 goals. So even the fact that Fortson let one in on Friday was a rarity. It was a surprise. It got Loyola back into it, but even still, she has been stellar in year number 4.
I believe 10 shutouts. That's good.
Good flip ahead for Junjapunyan. Angles into the corner. Schaefer step for step. And it'll stay here with the mids.
DJ, she looks good. She did not play at all against Loyola. She looks good today so far.
And we should note that Emily Keese, who stepped in, the junior, she had what ultimately was the game-winning penalty kick. So she did her job. McEwen, first one on goal. And Casali able to take care of business. It's an Army team that is 3-4 in its program history in title games. Jeremy Shear is our head referee today. And this is sent all the way down to Fortson.
Two opposing styles, DJ. Army likes to play a lot of direct balls, even though this is a very direct ball by Fortson. Coach Gabera, she's a purist, quote unquote. She likes to play the ball on the ground.
McClaskey, good flip ahead. Junjapunyan trying to get to it. And Schaefer was there. Nice transition D from the Black Knights. An Army team that won 9 matches for the first time since 2012. And we'll get a foul here.
Dangerous foul, dangerous spot on the pitch.
Aaron Johns was chipping in there defensively. And now here comes McClaskey. Set piece opportunity for Navy early in this first half.
Practice this all day long, DJ. Set piece here.
McClaskey from the corner lets it go. And over the net it goes.
I did not think she was going to go on goal from that angle, but she sure did.
Beautiful 53 degrees right now, mostly sunny, and that wind 9 miles an hour. We should note that because it was extremely windy on Friday night, and Karen Gabera in her post-game comment said the wind absolutely played a factor, depending on which side of the field you were going to. A little bit less of a factor here on this Sunday afternoon.
Indeed.
Casalia boots this one out. Jackson gets foot on it. Now Johns tracks it down. Ramirez right by Johns. Now Tran, really nifty player in the middle of the field. Tran gets bodied, no whistle. They're gonna get that one up the field, but Fries was ready for it. Now Caitlin Johns, trying to send that one ahead, but Gardner was there. And that one is out off of Army. By the way, Sydney Casalia now a career-high 9 wins for her. She's had an excellent season in goal. Erin Johns up to 7 points in the Patriot League tournament. She has been money in the first 2 matches here in the postseason.
2 goals, 2 assists against Colgate, DJ. She is in fuego hot right now. I'm sure Coach Cabrera's got a plan for her.
Certainly an Army team that can fill it up. They scored 4 goals in their quarterfinal win against Colgate. 3 of those coming in the first half. Jackson changes the field. And it'll be a free kick here for Army.
Came from an offside position, DJ. You can't be the first one to touch the ball.
Casalia, big rip. Jackson gets ahead on it. McClaskey working on Mendoza. And a nice through ball for Freeman. Here comes the freshman on the outside. Into the box and blocked. Closing defense there once again for the Black Knights.
Fantastic closing defense. Sneaky speed out on that left wing.
The plebe Freeman has had a nice year from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Coach Gabero used 1 word to describe Gina Freeman: impact player. Well, that's 2 words, but impact.
This one pinball around. Ramirez tracks it down. There's McClaskey. Sending it back for Higginson. Higginson, one of the stellar scholar athletes here in the Patriot League, went to Madagascar this past summer. Got to study in the rainforest. Even played soccer with the locals. And that one a little bit too far for Jen Japunyan. You think about everything that's already required to be an athlete, to be a student at a service academy, all the leadership, and then on top of that, it's like, yeah, let's go explore the world while we have a couple free months.
Indeed. Coach Blewett was telling us, and I did not know this, 15 to 23 credits per semester, which, you know, I think I took 12 maximum in season, okay? So it's a big load that they carry, but they're used to it. They're training.
Going back to last year's tournament when Army beat Navy in double OT in the quarters, that was the first win for Army over Navy since 2013. Army had also lost 22 straight double overtime matches. That was Adrian Blewett's first win against Navy. That was good, but this would be even better for him to cement his status in year 2 as the head coach at West Point.
Great stat indeed. He's really having uncommon success this year.
Gabby Gordon getting set to check in for the mids, junior from Fairfax. She will replace Caitlin McEwen, the freshman. Gordon has been an important piece off the bench this year for Navy. She's got 1 goal so far this year. Jamie, what have you noticed in the flow of the match so far? Anything stand out in particular?
No, not really. Just that, you know, the first 5 minutes, everybody sort of got past. I'm always eyes out for that. And now they're just sort of feeling each other out. Coach Cabrera likes to play the ball on the ground, possession style, pretty soccer, and it certainly is once they get it going. They're just a little nervy right now, DJ.
Certainly a lot riding on this one, and most importantly, a spot in the NCAA tournament for the winner. McClaskey on the far side. What a journey it's been for Baisley McClaskey. 22 games as a freshman. She then leads the Patriot League in assists as a sophomore. As a junior, she spends a ton of time on defense, still top 100 in the country in assists, game-winning goals, and total points. And then this year, second team All-Patriot League, 4 goals and 6 assists. She's just a player that can do a little bit of everything for your team. Well,
truly, she reminds me of Hannah Hafes at Loyola. I have in my notes, you know, she is the player to watch, really. I mean, Baisley McClaskey is the hub of the wheel. She's the engine that drives this Navy attack.
Casalia, nice boot there. By the way, Casalia's sister Jordan was a goalkeeper at Army as well. Certainly some big shoes to fill, but Sydney has just been wonderful in her time. Year 3 for her out of Omaha, Nebraska. Here's Higginson. Lets this one fly up the field. Schaefer got a foot on it, and it'll be a Navy throw-in. Now Johns. Higginson keeps it in. And Schaefer there to meet her. Now Jackson, the big defender, getting in the mix. Good play on both sides so far here in this first half. Gardner kept that one in. And Jackson will track it down for the moment. Off of Carfagno, maybe gets it back.
Coach Blewett told us what he wanted to do, what he likes to do, and that's high pressure and direct balls, and that's pretty much what they've been doing. Navy's been winning possession, DJ, with this on the ground passing, but there's a direct ball from Jackson.
Maybe 15 wins this year, 6-1-2 in the Patriot League. Had a 1-0 lead over Loyola. The Greyhounds scored late in the second half. We go through 2 overtime sessions, and we really saw the resilience of this 2019 squad. And Karen Cabrera told us that this is one of the most competitive groups she has ever coached, and that is saying something for somebody who's been on the job for almost 30 years at the same spot.
Indeed. She was reluctant to answer, you know, one of the best, because she is a team player all throughout this Naval Academy. Everybody talks about team, but she ended up saying top 3 to 5 competitive teams she's ever had.
Army has yet to register a shot in this match. Navy with 2 shots so far, neither of those on goal. Now it's Caitlin Johns, the Rookie of the Year in the Patriot League. This one crossed. Ramirez tracks it down. And nobody home for Navy. Played all the way back for Casalia. And we told you on Friday night, she's the type of goalkeeper that can do it with both feet, the left and the right, and a rare miscue right there as that one flies out.
But you notice no hesitation to pass it backwards, none whatsoever. Great foot skills from Casalia.
Goalkeeper of the Year in the Patriot League, allowing less than a goal per match throughout the season. Schaefer and Junjapunyan have been active so far here in the first. Emily Torres as well mixing it up there, the junior from Nebraska. Torres, Schaefer, Payton, Walsh, along with Gardner, the defensive stalwarts for this Army Black Knights team in 2019. Carfagno flips this one ahead. Now it's Walsh. Here goes Walsh. Into the box, Walsh! She got it! Army on top in the Patriot League final. The junior from New Hampshire started with Carfagno. Walsh all by herself, Jamie.
Oh my gosh, Carfagno, sneaky great pass there, and the finish by Walsh. She had an extra gear there, didn't she, DJ?
She certainly found it. Fortin wasn't ready. Johns was late to get there. Jackson tried to come in. Too little, too late. Morgan Walsh gets us going here in the Patriot League title match. The Black Knights lead it 1-0.
just like their MO, their modus operandi has been this sort of quick counterattack strike. We still see it.
Walsh the goal, Carfagno another assist. That is her third in the last 2 matches. And here's Walsh once again. And that one's headed right into the hands of Fortson. That is just the 9th goal allowed by Sydney Fortson all year long. This is match number 20 of the season for Navy. Jamie, it was almost as if everybody was caught off guard. That not only the ball got there, but that Walsh was onside.
That's right, and she was. When the ball was played, certainly onside. You can see all the fans out there raising their arms. Offside, but she was not. Clearly, you can see the replay. She was not. Again, great ball by Carfagno. Just sneaky good.
Maybe trying to win its first Patriot League Championship in more than a decade. Conference that was once dominated by Colgate in the early 90s. Bucknell and Boston U have made their presence felt the last few years. But when you look at the mid-2000s, the 2010s, it's certainly filled with these two teams, so we'll get a whistle here for a foul.
The good news for Navy, DJ, there is a ton of time left, and Coach Cabrera, composed as they get on that sideline. Navy will respond.
That is the 3rd goal of the season for Morgan Walsh. None bigger than that one right there. Along with Jamie Watson, I'm DJ Sixsmith. So happy to have you with us on this Sunday afternoon. Number 3 Army and number 1 Navy. Winner of this one moves on to the NCAA tournament. Casalia into the box, that one goes. Schaefer and Jackson able to track it down, but now Johns gets to it. Aaron Johns gets it blocked. And Army will have an opportunity here. Again, that's a great example, a little bit of a broken moment right there. Johns, right place, right time.
Hustle.
Creates a chance.
Hustle, never quit. Just like Drysdale was on the goal line, not 2 Holy Cross defenders, but Drysdale was there.
This will be the freshman Dara Murray. It was her goal. Got things going for Army in the semifinal win against Holy Cross. Murray lets it go, and right into the hands of Fortson, who skies in the air for that one. Sydney Fortson, the lone captain of this Navy team. And as it goes here at the Naval Academy, you get an extra stripe on your uniform. And something that gives a player an immense amount of pride, especially for a Navy program that didn't start until 1993. Women weren't admitted here at the Naval Academy until 1979. So it's only a couple generations of women who've had the honor of being women's soccer players for Navy, and to be a captain, that's a whole different level for Sydney Fortson.
And I must say, she wears it well. Just the way she carries herself, DJ, such poise.
That one just a bit too far out of the reach of Murray. And Ramirez gets to it. So the early minutes of the first half spent on the Navy offensive side. One opportunity for Army to take full advantage. And now they've spent a little bit more time in their offensive zone. This one headed out of bounds. It'll go back to Navy.
DJ, look.
Gonna get a sub here for Navy. It'll be Carolyn Mang. She had the lone goal in the win for Navy over Army earlier this year in the regular season. Gordon takes a seat for the moment.
A couple of games I've watched, Mang comes on, impact player, DJ. Local, C. Milton Wright, graduate.
Gardner whiffed on that one, and Navy gets it back here. Mang, a sophomore, 4 goals this year. And here's the Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Johns, throwing it in.
We talk about talent and deep talent on Navy. 9 of 11 starters won Patriot League awards this year. That's incredible. A credit to Coach Cabrera as we see her on the sidelines trying to stay calm.
Certainly hard to do in a moment like this, and especially you start to think about all the history of past championships. They've won 3, they've lost 9. You've been this many times, but still anything can happen in a championship match. Just like we saw there, Walsh all by herself. Not the fastest player on the field, but yet creates that moment and takes advantage of that moment. Execution is so critical in all these Patriot League tournament matches.
It's so true, DJ. I mean, it's one thing for Carfagno to see the split. It's another to deliver the perfect ball.
Nice moves here from Junja Punyan. And if you're Navy, you'd love to get McClaskey a little bit more involved here in the first half. Over the top it goes. And good defense there from the captain, Mia Payton. Caitlin Johns keeps it in with the left. Both Caitlin and Erin Johns left-footed. Now Erin Johns will try and get to that one. Jackson's had a good defensive first half for the mids. Gardner, the junior from Illinois. McClaskey pokes that one away, and it'll go to the cadets.
We've seen something a little different from Alex Jackson in this game, DJ, at least I have. She's been playing direct balls out of the back. She's not playing the ball on the ground wide. No pretty soccer from her, right? Boom, she's going straight over the top.
Next Saturday, join us for our next Patriot League college football matchup. Holy Cross visits Fordham. You can catch the game at 1 p.m. on Stadium, the only 24/7 network available on both television and digital devices without a cable subscription. Stadium, welcome to the game. We welcome you to this game along with Jamie Watson. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Championship Sunday in the Patriot League. Number 3 Army, a 1-0 lead thanks to a goal from Morgan Walsh. That is the difference so far. Winner of this one is going dance into the NCAA tournament. Ramirez tried to feed that one through Junja Punyan. And here comes the junior breaking out of the pack. Nice pass here for Mang. Mang trying to cross it through. And Navy thought they had something cooking there, but Army said not so fast.
The freshman Caitlin Duran offsides there for Navy.
And Jamie, you think about Christina Junja Punyan, who did not play on Friday night and who had sustained an injury just a week ago. She looks fresh, and she has certainly been a key here, just the way that she's controlling the ball so far.
Good point to mention the fresh part. I've forgotten about that. That was a physical 110 minutes plus PKs, mentally exhausting. Just 48 hours ago.
McClaskey comes out of the scrum with that one, and Fries flips it forward.
I tend to downplay the physicality because they're service academies, you know, the
right.
boots on the ground, but it affects them. You know, it matters to turn around and only have so much rest and recovery.
Navy really dominated that match. 17-3, they outshot Loyola. That was the first time ever Navy went to PKs in the Patriot League tournament. Last time that happened in the postseason, you got to go back to 2006 when Navy beat William and Mary in the NCAA tournament. Trying to get back there right now. Here's McClaskey, lets it go. And it's off target.
You can see the strategy there, right over the top. Higginson with a quality left footer to Baisley McClaskey, who she does it all. She plays defense in the midfield. She runs onto that. Didn't get a lot on that left footer, but good attack.
Headed forward, here's Walsh. She's got the only goal so far. Walsh inside the box, crosses it forward, and Fortson there to make the save. You know, Fortson hasn't had a ton of saves this year, but she is certainly one of the better goalies you'll see. Walsh got a little room, and just not enough juice on that one, and John's a split second too late trying to get there.
That's twice now they've been given the business to Caitlin Johns on that far side. They like that matchup with the freshman.
And Caitlin Johns a little bit too much on that pass as it goes out. And that's a really interesting point. Caitlin Johns, Rookie of the Year. You think some teams maybe will back off a little bit. Adrian Blewett said, no, we're going right after. We're not a possession team. We're going to attack you every single moment of this match.
And they have. And Coach Cabrera will tell you, not many freshmen step on the field for Navy. And Caitlin Johns, terrific year, but they're picking on her right now.
And Army, another one of those teams, too, that's not set in its ways necessarily in terms of formation, in terms of style of play. They can adapt. They can adjust. And Holy Cross, obviously a different team from Navy. They're ready depending on who they play.
I think it's interesting that Coach Cabrera has decided from the get-go, from the back line, we're going to play direct too. We're not going to try to be pretty and work it out. We're going to move it forward and put pressure on them.
This first half has belonged to Army. They will have a set-piece opportunity right in front of their bench. Black Knights trying to make it 2-0. And that one a little bit too far as it rolls out.
We talked a little bit about the wind, DJ. As we look at Old Glory, it's picking up a little bit out there.
This is what it's all about right there. Patriot League hardware. Champion will get that trophy. Will it stay here in Annapolis? We'll be going back to West Point. We'll find out over the next couple hours here in Maryland. Fortin gets a lot of air under this one. Swept forward there by Danny Mendoza, sophomore from Washington State. Fries pops this one way up. Drysdale. Caitlin Johns slid that one out, and Army will get it back. We'll get a sub here. Drysdale's going to take a seat. And Elise Urco checks in, freshman from Sacramento, California. Came on as a sub in the win on Friday night against Holy Cross. Played all the way back for Casalia. And she flips it forward once more. Caitlin Johns to McClaskey. See if Navy can get it going here. Looking for Tran. And sent back. Nice job there from Sydney Schaefer, the freshman. Caitlin Johns on the throw-in. And a turnover. Here's Aaron Johns. Stops on a dime. And knocked away by Fries. So it was Caitlin Johns who turned it over to her sister Erin, but two defenders were with her every step of the way. You think about championship experience, this group, some of these women were in the 2017 final when they lost to Bucknell. Jen Gapunion on net. And Casalia slams the door.
Oh, talk about, you know, a yard. That first touch, DJ, is so critical, and it was just about 6 inches too far ahead of her.
Just over 12 to play in the first half. It has been a great one so far. We didn't expect anything less between these two service academies. Number 3 Army, a 1-0 lead over their bitter rivals from Annapolis. And Jen Gapunion lost that one off the foot. Really interesting season for Army. They dropped down to as low as number 7 in the Patriot League. Found a way not only to make the tournament, but make it to the top 3. And this will be a foul here on Urco as Jen Gapunion goes right down to the turf. Navy, meanwhile, preseason number 3, expected to be here. Thought maybe Bucknell, Boston U would be in the top 4. Didn't go that way. Loyola got a way in. Holy Cross had a magical year. First time in 19 years they made it to the postseason. Jackson, a big sweep of the right leg. That's off of Urco's head, and then Schaefer had to clear it. And look at the mids right there. The men are loving what the women are doing right now, and they got a huge opportunity here just outside of 11 minutes. Navy trails 1-0 in the title game. McClaskey and Tran. Here's Tran. Tight ropes the sideline. Tran crosses. Blocked. Mang had a look. Caitlin Johns keeps it in. Aaron Johns on the header. And now the night's clear. Navy is known for being the best defense in the conference, but Army has done the job here in the first half. And Coach Cabrera thought her team had a pretty good look there. What'd you think of the move there to not cross it in front and just go with Tran?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the short corner, but that was beautifully executed. That was scripted the entire way, and Tran, as you say, tightrope that end line. Great opportunity for Mang. Just got blocked by Army.
An Army program that is playing in its first Patriot League Championship match since 2011. And they beat the Mids in that one. Third time ever that Army and Navy are meeting in a women's championship match in the Patriot League. Both of those have gone to Army. Ten minutes to burn in the first half. McClaskey pops it forward. Jen Japunyan crosses, looking for Mang. And we roll on. And a great job by Murray to flip field position as it goes all the way back to Fordson.
You know, it's a little thing, but on that far side, DJ, number 9, Caitlin Duran, the freshman, came in for Gina Freeman, who got hurt. And so Gina went off the field, the impact player for Coach Cabrera. And just these tiny little things, you know, that matter in the end. She just was unable to make anything of her big moment over there.
We'll get another sub here for the Naval Academy. It'll be Emily Keast, who was your starter on Friday night. She replaces Jen Japunyan. Keast, the junior from Springfield, Virginia. It's a Navy team that is deep. They are talented at all positions. The conference recognized it with almost 10 players being named to the 3 all-league teams. And yet here's Army trying to make their presence felt. Murray gets it knocked away. Kept in by Walsh. Now sent back for Torres. You mentioned Duran, Jamie, the freshman from Queens. An assist so far, no goals for her. Freeman, a really important piece. We'll keep our eyes on her as the match goes on.
Yeah, if you recall earlier on, DJ, she had a great run on the left side, beat her player. I mean, there's a real advantage over there, but haven't seen her back in the game yet.
And this one's knocked out. Navy will get it back. A lot has changed for these two programs since September 27th when Navy beat Army at West Point. Looking for Duran here. And Schaefer knocks it off her leg. Sydney Schaefer has done a wonderful job defensively so far this afternoon.
Yeah, and in the semifinal as well, DJ. She's been everywhere.
Tough throwing angle here. And off for Ramirez. You know, really interesting situation for Army West Point. They lost at home to both Boston U and Navy. And Adrian Blewett said not only those losses were good for them, but they got thumped, in his words, 3-0 to Air Force early in the year. Best thing that ever happened, refocused the coaching staff, forced the players to buy back in. And Jamie, you know it as a player and a coach. Sometimes it takes a little something like that to get you back into the swing of things.
It really does. And you got to remember, a preseason begins in mid-August. It is an evolution as a former coach. It is a team event that happens from beginning to end. And there's highs, there's lows. And the key is when you hit a low like that, you make something of it.
Casalia lets it rip. Sent Fries to the turf, and she's hurt. Took a direct goal kick right off the noggin there. That's a sophomore from Draper, Utah. She'll get checked out by the medical staff. Let's take a look at this one more time. Just got her right on the top of the head there.
The only thing I can think of there, DJ, is this wind is picking up. If you take a look at the flag, head balls are not supposed to hurt. If you catch the very front part of your forehead and strike, you attack the ball, it doesn't hurt. But if there's a 50-yard ball that comes and hits you on the side and the temple, that hurts.
So the clock will stop here at 6:31 remaining. And looks like Fries is going to be okay here. She comes up from a flat position on the ground. Fries has started and played in every single match this year. One of the defensive stalwarts of this team. And the rest of her group is going to come take a look at her. Alex Jackson coming over to meet her as well. And Fries to her feet. College basketball, it is back, and the college hoop season has arrived on Stadium. Grand Canyon visits San Diego State. You can catch the game exclusively on Facebook, 10 p.m. Eastern. Stadium, welcome to the game. So Fries is going to take her time walking back.
You know what comes up for me is that the semifinal game. Double overtime, penalty kicks, exhaustion, stress. Army didn't go through that.
It's been a crazy roller coaster ride of a season for Navy. Just 2 overall losses, but they've certainly had their challenges this year. And taking a look at what they've done, there have only been 3 matches in the entire year where Navy has failed to score a goal. August 25th, they lost to a top 25 team in LSU. An October 12th loss at Holy Cross, and then a 0-0 draw to end the year in the regular season against Loyola. Only 3 times all year. Navy has scored in every single match. As this one goes to the corner here, and McClaskey another rip at it from a corner kick.
That's such good stuff, DJ. I mean, Coach.
And it looked like just a quick little play in there. McClaskey, edge of the box. Brings it to the middle. Ramirez from the outside. Pops it through. Jackson! And it rolls off. Tallest player on the field had a chance. But Army stands tall once again.
Looks like either a foul call or offsides, Deej.
And Casali made a little contact there with Jackson. Let's check this out one more time. So after all that, we are still at 1-0. And that's the thing about Jackson, is that she's the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, but she can also get right into it. Here's Urko. Dancing around with Ramirez. Freshman from California plays it into the corner. And Jackson's right there to close down that opportunity. Mang will try to get it going here for Navy. Torres tracks it down and plays it all the way back inside of the final 5 minutes of this first half. Winner moves on to the NCAA tournament. There's Tran. Now Higginson. Flips it forward. Duran onside. To the corner, crosses, deflected, and Casalia there to get the job done.
Yeah, not a back pass.
Started with Higginson. Nice feed there for Duran off the bench, and then why not just bend it to the middle. Went off the back heel of Torres. And Casalia's been through a little bit of everything in her 3 years. Got the job done.
Those are 2 big saves by Casalia. I would love to see a shot of the head of Jackson with the punch out by Casalia. That sort of describes this whole rivalry in one photo.
No question about it. By the way, Sadie McCaleb is who came in for Fries on the defensive side. She's wearing number 8. Urko has been active since she's been in. Mang comes out of it. Looking for Duran. Schaefer there to play it out. This crowd waiting with bated breath every single time Navy is near the edge of the box right around the 18. Throw in for Duran. And popped out there by Torres. An Army team with 4 cadets making it to the all-league squads, most they've had since 2013. John's in a foot race with Jackson. McCaleb flips it forward. Nice job there by Payton, the captain, number 25. Jamie, what needs to change for Navy over the final couple minutes here in the first half?
Well, there's a foul. They're doing it right now. I don't know if you noticed, but the run-up play has been all Navy in the last 5 minutes. And that is being more physical. Win those 50-50 balls. Alex Jackson just won that 50-50 ball with Aaron Johns. It's got Navy on their heels. Here comes the foul.
That's a foul there on Walsh, our only goal scorer today. That September 27th match, it was a free kick from McClaskey outside the box. Mang scored the goal. Here's a free kick. McClaskey into the box it goes, and Casalia gets her hands on it.
That ball was in the air for 1 second before she got off of her line. Casalia knows when she wants to go.
What a progression it's been for her. 3rd team in 2017, 2nd team in 2018. Now the Patriot League Goalkeeper of the Year, 2nd time ever that has happened for an Army Black Knight, and also on that 1st team. Just over 90 seconds remain here in the first. The freshman Duran showing off the moves. Duran crosses, and Casalia catches it in midair. Great first half for her, locking the door each and every time for the Black Knights.
It's important. She doesn't come off of her line there. Easy Navy goal.
Urko trying to give Army another crack out of here late in the first. And turns this one right over to Jackson. Under a minute to go in the first half. A first half that featured an Army goal in the 20th minute from Morgan Walsh. Here's Keast, the hero from PKs on Friday night. Tran, middle of the field. Ramirez was open, Urko closes it. Jackson steps up and makes a play. Out of contact there, Aaron Johns looking for a foul, but to no avail. McCaleb. Tran plays it forward with the header. Duran with 25 on the clock. Duran into the box. Casalia, save. And somehow Army survives another chance. Final 10 ticks. That ball was alive for a few moments. Nobody was able to get to it. And that will do it for the first half. What an incredible first 45 minutes, and how about the hard work of Cindy Casalia? Look at her again. Duran had a lane. Casalia comes out, makes the stop, and her defense takes care of the rest of it. 45 minutes in the books. The Army Black Knights are 1 half away from going to the NCAA tournament. That's what's on the line. Pride, a championship, a spot in the NCAA tournament. Morgan Walsh, the only goal so far. We'll be back for more. You're watching the Patriot League tournament on the Patriot League Network on Stadium.
The United States Military Academy educates, trains, and inspires young men and women to become leaders of character, committed to the values of duty, honor, country, and there's so much more. Westwood, America's Academy.
A reminder of what the main goal is for Army today. Beat Navy. They're beating Navy right now. We're at halftime here of the Patriot League Final with Jamie Watson. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Let's take a look back at how we got here. And Jamie, it all started with Morgan Walsh. How did she make this happen here?
A perfect ball from Carfagno, and Morgan Walsh just outruns Caitlin Johns and buries it. Right now, it's fortunate they all seemed a little caught off guard.
Third goal of the year for Morgan Walsh. And then the defense, Jamie, we talked so much about Navy, Alex Jackson, everybody getting involved for Army. What have you liked so far?
Yeah, this is Gina Freeman getting a good look on goal. She has a good matchup on that side over there, and this is Duran, a good cross in. Casaya has been the difference right there, play of the game.
Maybe the save of the year for the goalkeeper of the year, Sydney Casaya. Here's a look at the first half stats. Army that 1 goal, Navy leads in shots. 2 shots on goal for Army. Navy 3 corners, couple of fouls each side, and Morgan Walsh, our lone goal, your hero right now in the Patriot League Final. Moments away from the start of the second half, 45 minutes away for Army, winning their first Patriot League Championship since 2011. And away we go in the second half. Will Army hold on to it, or will Navy try and get back into it? Teams flip sides. Navy in the home whites, the #1 seed in this Patriot League tournament. Army in the road blacks. They've worn those road blacks since they got here on Friday, beating #2 Holy Cross and trying to take down the #1 seed in Navy. Here's Murray. Anika King gets the start here in the second half. She's their speedster off the bench. Fontana rolls this one back, and it's popped all the way forward. Jamie, if you're Navy at this point, obviously a whole half of soccer to play here, but when do you start to press a little bit more to try and get something going offensively if it's not happening those first 5-10 minutes?
Yeah, that's a great question, DJ. I think you have to start sending a +1, you know, as soon as you can. You've got to, you know, the earlier the better to even this game up, but they're not going to panic. Coach Cabrera just too disciplined right now. They've been just too good this year to panic at this time. So, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some back players moving forward within the next 15.
Good news for Navy, Gina Freeman back in there, wearing #17. Jackson, too much on that one as she sends it out. Remember, Navy has never won the Patriot League Championship at home. They've won it 3 times in their history. There's Freeman right there. 06, 07, the last 2 for them. Nearly went 3 in a row, but Army beat them in double OT. Here's Caitlin Johns playing against her sister, her parents in the crowd today. Certainly an emotional moment as well. The Rookie of the Year playing in her first ever Patriot League Championship match. Looking for Duran there, and that one goes out. So they go Duran instead of Junja Punyan to start this second half. 2003, the 3rd title for this Navy team. Carfagno trying to flip the field here. Now the freshman Murray. Looking for King, gets that one blocked. Also, another bit of good news is that Fries is back in there defensively after she took that shot from the strike from Casaya.
Good catch, DJ. She is critical. The 2 center backs, Jackson and Fries, have been obviously vital this year to the season they've had.
A Service Academy has not won the Patriot League Championship since Army won it in 2011. That'll change here regardless of the result. Higginson moves this one forward for Durant. And Schaefer has done everything in her power today to keep this at 1-0. Freshman making her 19th start of the season. Jamie, when we talked to Karen Gabera, one of the things that stuck out to me was she said we should have more goals than we do on the season. Over 25 goals for them this year. But even thinking about that opportunity late in the first half, that could potentially be the best chance they get today, or one of the better chances. And they're not able to convert that. It's a tough moment for them right there.
It really is. And you and I both know, as more time elapses without getting that goal, the pressure mounts even more. And we were talking off camera. We think Navy's feeling that pressure big time here. As good as they've been all year, this is the title game.
Karen Gabera won a World Cup with the U.S. women's national team, a gold medal as well. All-time leading scorer at UC Santa Barbara. And she told us point blank, she's had opportunities at other schools, but there's something that clicks in her personality, what she did with the national team, and also what these women are all about at the Service Academy. Excellent leaders. They play for one another. They're extremely competitive. And that reminds her of the days hanging out with Mia Hamm and the rest of the women at the national team.
And Michelle Akers, you want to talk about finishers? A part of me wants to put a jersey on Coach Gabera because you know what? She knows how to finish. And that's what Navy needs. They've got to find that spirit that says, you know what, Kasai, don't care. We're putting the ball in the back of the net. They very well could do it.
They need somebody to step up for them here in the second half. Trailing 1-0 on their home field on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Annapolis. As Jeremy Shear, our head official, trying to get everything in order right now, talking things over with Adrian Blewett.
It's a clock issue.
Looks like a little bit of a clock malfunction. Clock frozen right now at 41:20.
Looks like the referee will... Yep. Thank you, Tom, our producer. They're going to keep it on the field. They don't typically do this, but they need to. Old school.
That's where the scoreboard is stuck right now.
Wonder what that means. What kind of sign is that, DJ?
You can construe it
work.
either way you want,
That's
depending
right.
on which side you're on. If you're Army, you're thinking, oh my gosh, why is this happening right now? If you're Navy, it's like, hey, maybe this is the break we need, right?
Exactly. It's like the lights going off in Super Bowl 47.
That was crazy. By the way, last 6 matches between these two teams, neither team has scored more than 2 goals. And it has been a 1-goal difference in every match except one. You have to go back to 1998 in the semis when Navy beat Army 2-0. Historically, this has been a very tight match, and that is exactly what it's been. 1-0 in favor of Army thanks to a Morgan Walsh goal in the 20th minute.
Offsides. And the wind is picking up, DJ. So when Coach Gabera mentioned the wind being a factor on Friday night, it is now at their backs. It's at Navy's back, which is helpful to them.
And just a reminder here, we have a clock malfunction going on here, so the time is being kept on the field. That is why our scoreboard has 40 minutes right now, but the time is being kept by the officials on the field due to an issue with the scoreboard. Fries sends this one forward for Tran. Ramirez right near the midline. Here's Higginson. Big blast forward. Freeman angles to the corner. Freshman trying to make her presence felt. Freeman didn't get a ton on that one. And now the Black Knights the other way. Carfagno 1-on-2. And just pushes that one forward. Carfagno, a really smart player, just a freshman, just very nifty out there in terms of the way that she goes about it.
Agreed. 2-time Defender of the Year, Player of the Year, Alex Jackson. All over that. No threat to her.
Throw in for Freeman. Duran was the one that created that late first half opportunity that nearly went home. Now it's Mang's turn. Now the only goal of the match in Navy's win over Army at West Point in the regular season. And the mids have just been a little bit off today. Every function of their offense, it's going back to Army.
Like 17 here, this matchup in the corner, DJ.
Freeman.
Gina Freeman, thank you. Really, you want her to go end line there and try to get that corner kick if she's unable to serve it. Instead, she cuts it back and no threat.
An Army program in the Patriot League Championship for the 8th time in program history. Duran trying to be the first to this ball before it rolls out. She'll track it down.
And conversely, the defender in that situation, DJ, perfect execution. Doesn't let it knock off of her. Goal kick.
Thinking about this Army program, you go back to the 90s. They lost in back-to-back years, 91 and 92 to Colgate. Beat the Raiders in 93, then lost in 94 to Colgate again. Lost to Bucknell in 05. And beat Navy a couple times over. 3-4 mark in Patriot League finals. Getting physical out there between the cadets and the mids. King and Carfagno, the two forwards right now. And we'll get a whistle here for a foul. Duran draws it.
If I'm Coach Cabrera, I like this. Get physical. They need something. They need something to get the spark plug going.
Here's another look at it. And that was Payton going after it with the freshman Duran.
Winning these 50-50-50 balls, DJs, creates that kind of physicality that gets a team going.
Off the free kick. Here come the mids. And Freeman's header right into the arms of Casalia. Here it is one more time. Perfectly placed in the box. Freeman with some space. And unfortunately, her angle was right into the arms of the goalkeeper. Here's Mendoza. And she gets tripped up by Caitlin Johns. Speaking of the Johns family, no Aaron Johns out there at the moment. Coach Blewett decides to go with Anika King to start the second along with Carfagno.
There's King right on the ball, DJ. Coach Blewett calls her lightning. You can't teach speed.
By the way, our scoreboard has been fixed. That time right there is accurate. 35 minutes to play here in the second half. Army looking to win its first Patriot League Championship since 2011. Navy, after losing its last Patriot League title match against Bucknell in 2013, trying to finish off what's been an excellent year for them and do it at home here for the first time ever. Torres gets ahead on it. Tran keeps it in. Tran boots it through the left. And Walsh is right there. Little misdirection. And just wide. That ball was pinballing around inside the box. Started with Tran. Looked like this was just a routine play for Walsh. And then ouch, right off of Duran. And that nearly resulted in a goal. Take this look again. Boom. And it just curled wide. That is the freshman from Queens, New York. Would have been her first goal of the year. She appears to be okay. That one, you can see the imprint of the ball right there on the right side of her face. And she'll take a moment here to come to. They're telling her to come off.
I think that's wise.
She has played some really great minutes here in the championship match. Keast will take her place for the time being. And really just the whiplash of a shot like that too. You're not expecting it. And even the fact that it went off of her face and the way that it curled towards the net. I've never seen anything like that before.
I know. I didn't see the replay, but Casalia obviously touched it. We've got a corner kick here on this near side. Navy's ready to tie this game up.
So Keast will go into the corner. Everybody except Caitlin Johns is right inside the box.
Look for Jackson, 2 goals, 1 assist, and I bet they're all from these set pieces, DJ. No idea what this discussion is about.
Jeremy Shear is our head referee today. He's talking things over with Walsh and Jackson.
Looks like they're going to do a drop kick.
And it'll be a drop kick. Jackson into the arms of Casalia. Little helter-skelter moment there for Army. First, the redirection from Duran. And out of this one, Keast for Jackson. Good look. So the second half, we've had a clock malfunction. We've had a redirection off the face nearly for a goal. 2-time defender almost scoring a goal. We still got over 30 minutes to go. Don't you run anywhere. With Jamie Watson, I'm DJ Sixsmith. 2019 Patriot League Women's Final has been a dandy so far. McClaskey leaves it off for Caitlin Johns. And too much on that baby, it rolls off. Jamie, you think about the way Friday night went down. So much of Victoria Tran, Baisley McClaskey on the ball. We just haven't seen the same amount of time with them over the ball.
You're exactly right. It's a little bit less of possession style for Navy right now. Coach Gabar choosing to go more direct style, matching Army.
That's interesting you say that, because Adrian Blewett saying we're really not a possession team. We are somebody that's going to be on the attack all game long. And guess what? That's exactly how things have gone here in the championship match. Couldn't have scripted it any better if you're Army. McClaskey plays this one back. Walsh in a foot race with Keast. Plays into the corner. And this one's sent out. .33rd all-time meeting between these two schools. Navy 16, 12, and 4 in those matchups. And it looks like we are still having some issues with the clock here.
I think he's trying now to get his watch syncing exactly, letting Coach Cabrera know. Over to Coach Blewett now.
So the clock was at 32:40. Jeremy Shear had it at 32:09. So that was the difference there. So that's a great job by him. Remember, we had a clock malfunction. It was going off of his watch. Fourth referee, Lucia Allen, was involved with that one. We were getting ready to go off the time with her. They fixed the clock, but still there was a little bit of a gap between that. And listen, in a championship match, when it's a 1-goal match, every single second matters. So to go from 40 to 9 here, let's see how that factors in. Keast, into the box it goes. Mang, angles, and out. This one's going to the corner.
Beautiful piece of work by Carolyn Mang, C. Milton Wright High School, Maryland native.
2 saves today, no goals allowed for the goalkeeper of the year, Cindy Casalia. She'll need a big one here. Set piece opportunity, 5th corner of the afternoon. Keast lets it go. Back post, swatted away by Casalia. McCaleb took a shove there. Bends it back in, McClaskey. And not enough on that. So there's McClaskey right in the middle of the box. They need a little bit more of that as we get going here in the final 30.
So interesting, she usually takes the corner kick, not that time. They want her in the middle. They want her scoring goals now.
Black Knights survive once again on the defensive end. Mang wins the battle, flips it forward. And it'll trickle all the way to the goalkeeper. Army beat Navy in the quarterfinals last year. Went to double OT. Aaron Johns, the game-winning goal. Looks like Duran is getting ready to check back in for Navy. McClaskey, the senior from Colorado, brings it ahead. King gives chase. Off it goes for Keast. Game-winning penalty kick on Friday against Loyola. Curled in. Schaefer right there. And now popped out from Murray. That's a great thing about this Army team. Whether it's Murray, Walsh, they have players that can play on both halves of the field. And it looks like Aaron Johns is starting to get warm on the sideline right now for Army. Duran back in. Appears to be okay after taking that ball off the face. Freeman takes a seat. Freshman for freshman sub here, plebe for plebe. Karen Gabera, the all-time leader in wins in the Patriot League. Looking to get her 4th championship win here. Ball trickles into the box. And that'll roll out. It'll stay here with Navy. Here comes the throw-in. Keast. Outer edge. Mang lets it go. She got it! All tied at 1 in the Patriot League title game. And the Mids have new life here at home. It was Mang who scored the only goal against Army to beat them in September. How about deja vu all over again? Controlled, found her space, bang in the back of the net.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking, Mang has always impressed me. Look at that left foot going across her body, back. That's how you beat Kasaya or any goalkeeper. You go one way, you serve the ball in the opposite direction, and she can't get her weight back there to make that save. Terrific finish. Execution by Carolyn Mang.
That is the sophomore from Forest Hill, Maryland. Tying us up at 1 here in the title match. So let's see if this gives Navy a little new life here in the second. And you wonder, when will we see Aaron Johns pop back in here as well? And it looks like now is going to be the time. Subs coming in on both sides for Army and Navy. So Gardner's in and Aaron Johns is in. You know, another thing about that moment, Jamie, is that Simone Gardner has been one of the better defenders all year for Army. She's not in that moment. Certainly somebody that could have helped out there.
Yeah, I mean, that was just outstanding work by Carolyn Mang. Coach Gabera calls her the workhorse. And did she not go through 3 or 4 people? She worked her way right through those people, got that shot off.
Unbelievable. These two teams with so much rich history between them. And look out, Carfagno and Jackson. Jackson was the one that tabletop Carfagno. She gets called for the foul. Now it'll be a set piece opportunity here on the free kick. Jackson went to climb the ladder there and then boom.
Oh, that's a good call. I mean, Carfagno is entitled to that space.
Torres trying to play this one to the corner. And Mang right there. Tried to catch him sleeping, almost like a quick pitch there. And now Duran the other way. Looking ahead for Keast. Cassalia breaks it up. There's Gardner just back in. Higginson and Drysdale, both number 14, going after it. Carfagno tripped up. They roll on. It's getting real good in this second half. Refs letting him play. Gardner up the field. Jackson trying to slow this one up. And that is last touch by Army. It's going back to Navy.
My goodness, Higginson, number 14, looking a little bit like Wonder Woman out there with her shield. just plowing over. The crowd loves it, loves the physical play.
This is what they're going for here. Patriot League Championship trophy. Will it stay here in Maryland? Will it go back to New York? 26 minutes to decide it here in regulation. Mang pops this one forward. Mendoza, it'll be on the outside for Schaefer. Throwing goes to Carfagno. Turns, rips, and scoots just wide off target. You know, Jamie, really interesting. Before that goal was scored for Navy, Army didn't seem as though they were playing to try and get the second goal. It was almost like we're playing it safe. We're playing to prevent Navy from scoring, whereas Navy's going full throttle trying to get that goal. Now suddenly you have to turn that engine on again.
Exactly, and that is, you know, fortunately that is what Army does. They play high pressure, direct style play, which is not that hard to do. So the question is, how does Navy get goal number 2?
Aaron Johns back in, tracks it down, working on Ramirez. And it goes off her chest. It'll be a Navy throw-in.
But that may be exactly how Army responds. Aaron Johns, number 12, back on the pitch.
She's had 7 points already in the Patriot League tournament. Walsh with the only goal for Army. Sends it forward. And off the head of Fries. Carolyn Mang, a goal in the 61st minute. Emily Keast on the assist. Gardner to the corner. And just totally whiffs there. Lost her footing. And the Navy fans letting her have it here.
The irony to me is Carolyn Mang is that type of sub. You know, comes in with 15 minutes to go in the half and creates big-time problems for opposing defense, and she did exactly that today.
And Jamie, you know this as a coach. You need a player off the bench who, if it comes down to it, she can get you a goal. And Navy has a couple different women like that. Here's a look for Tran up the field. Tran trying to win the battle. Hayden boxing her out. And that's an excellent job from the junior captain right there for Army.
You're so right. Good call. Absolute battle on the battlefield today. These two teams going at it. So much on the line.
Tran, second team all Patriot League robotics and control engineering majors. So in addition to being a soccer player, you're at a service academy also majoring in robotics. Just incredible what these young women have done in their time at their service academies. Little give and go here with Gardner and Carfagno. And Caitlin Johns will whip this one out. Remember, if we do go to an overtime session, golden goal, all you need is one to win it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I see you smiling over there, Jamie Watson. So plenty of time here. Carfagno lets it fly. And a save there from Fortson.
I do. Somebody woke up thinking PKs, Fortson v. Kasaya. I had to say it. But Sydney making a great save there. Very difficult to beat high is the 6-footer.
Middle of the field for Higginson. Now Walsh pushes it forward. Fontana. Drysdale right in the middle. See if Army can respond after giving up their first goal of the afternoon. Big play ahead. Duran angles to the corner. Keeps it in. And runs out of real estate. Caitlin Duran getting a lot of burn here in the championship game. You think about the history of Army and Navy, you go back all the way to 1890 when the men of Army played the men of Navy for the first time on the gridiron. 24-0 win for Navy. Women's soccer chapter started in the mid-90s. And it has been excellent so far here today between these two service academies.
I do. I have bought into all of the hype around this star game here. There's so much honor, and it is a privilege to be here today.
Adrian Blewett, first time he is coaching in this Patriot League tournament final. Second year on the job at West Point after coming from the Sun Belt Conference at Arkansas Little Rock. A program that hadn't had a winning record in 20-something years. And he comes in there and rattles off 5 consecutive winning seasons. Keast just had the assist moments ago. And cleared out by Walsh. Navy was down 1-0 at the half. They got a goal in the 61st minute. Off the left foot of Carolyn Mang, goal number 5 for her this year. And now looking to take the lead here just outside of 20 minutes. Nearly a handball there for Aaron Johns.
And he's going to award it.
It looked like it got her there. And that was Jeremy Shear on it the whole time.
You know, the rule in the handball is, DJ, as long as the arms are like sort of in and close to the body, no problem. But the moment those arms get extended and you touch the ball, handball. Good call.
Tran and McClaskey over the ball here. Critical moment of this game. Just over 20 to play, second half. Winner moves on to the NCAA tournament. Army and Navy both going for their 4th ever Patriot League title. McClaskey. Broken up. And Schaefer sends that one out. That was a huge stop there for Army.
DJ, that might be a situation where I go on goal. You know, you don't try to get cute there. You know, just boom. McClaskey's that good. She can score from there.
Maybe 3-1-1 in the last 5 matches against Army. But when it comes down to postseason matches, it's been the Knights who've had the better of the mids. 2011, a win in the championship for Army over Navy. Carfagno and Jackson mixing it up here. Rookie who led the conference in scoring this year. A takedown right there of Higginson. Some good championship ball out there right now with under 20 remaining. Carfagno first with Jackson, trying to wrap around there. And then just sending Higginson down to the turf.
Coach Rivera describes her as mentality, and boy, did she have a mentality there.
Jackson, a big, powerful free kick. Murray comes out of it. Carfagno couldn't do anything with it. Not a ton of Murray today after we saw her score that first goal in Friday night's match against Holy Cross. A lot more of a defensive player today. This Navy team, their seniors have the mantra of adding to their legacy. The freshmen have stepped up. Karen Gabera says the seniors are the backbone of her program. And when it's all about the critical moments, it comes down to mentality and who makes the big plays. And I'll tell you what, Jamie, Carolyn Mang made the big play when she needed to here in the second half.
Couldn't agree more.
Tran plays this one back. Fry sends it forward for Keast. Walsh clears for the moment. Alex Jackson, back to her. She has started and played in every single match of her collegiate career. That does not happen at Navy ever. Freshmen sometimes barely even see the field. The fact that she has started and played, she will go out as the only player to ever do that in the history of the Navy program. Here's the freshman, Caitlin Johns. Walsh pops it forward. Head looks to be good for Fries there as she uses it to perfection. Karen Gabera talking about her women, saying the days are not easy here at the Service Academy. They are so driven, they are accountable, and they care about each other. Here's Keast. Curls it through, and Casalia smothers it up. Stay plugged in with the Patriot League, its member schools, and student athletes on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Plenty of good content rolling from this weekend. We'll have plenty of highlights from this championship match as well. You can get it all on social from the Patriot League Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Along with Jamie Watson, I'm DJ Sixsmith. Back half of the second half of this Patriot League tournament final. Number 3 Army and number 1 Navy all tied 1. Army a goal in the first half in the 20th minute from Morgan Walsh. Carolyn Mang ties things up in the 61st minute. That's where we stand right now. And you got to wonder what this guy's thinking right here. Adrian Blewett, first Patriot League tournament final. Pretty stoic right now so far, Jamie.
Absolutely. He loves his goalkeeper in these situations. You'll see her come up and distribute the ball. Casalia.
She's got an assist this year, so she's known to mix it up a little bit offensively. This one trickles just outside the box near the 18. Credit Navy in their defense for what they've done against Erin Johns. She really hasn't had too many touches, hasn't had too much open space to operate with, and we were talking with her parents before. She said, listen, Caitlin knows Erin, Erin knows Caitlin. Hasn't factored in with much direct one-on-one play, but still a fascinating thing to watch, not only for the parents, but for everybody here in Annapolis, Maryland. We'll get a sub here for both teams. Urko returns for Army. Gordon in, Duran out. Or check that, that's McCaleb there, number 8 for Navy.
It's a good call, DJ. If I'm Coach Karen Gabara, I make sure I know where Erin Johns is at all times.
There are the parents right there. Derek, a member of the Navy. Mom and Dad, certainly a lot to be proud of here today. Big throw-in. McCaleb keeps it in. Tran trying to dance around. And Casalia said, enough's enough. I'm going to take care of this one here.
Probably one of her biggest strengths, I would say, watching her now, is her decision-making coming off the line. Superb.
Big blast from the goalkeeper of the year in the Patriot League. Payton, the captain, sends this one out. Army, a team with a lot of different weapons, but Alyssa Carfagno, team high 17 points for her. She's coming off her first multi-assist match of the year. Already has an assist here today. To do that as a freshman, not only in general, but at a service academy, that's a whole different level, Jamie.
I agree. She's sneaky good like you. When she plays her with her back to the goal, DJ, she knows exactly when to distribute right and left.
Fries plays it forward. Torres takes down Tran. We'll get a whistle here for a foul. Just over 13 to play in the second. Here it is one more time.
Just unnecessary there.
Taking that right arm into the back of Victoria Tran.
Blewett calls Torres beast, and you can see why there.
Fans starting to get loud here. Over 75 minutes already played. McClaskey for Higginson, and that one's blocked. Schaefer having one of her best matches of the year on the defensive end. As Gina Freeman comes back, and she will replace Emily Keast for the mids.
Again, that was a perfectly scripted set-piece play, and it was a good one, DJ.
So we'll go to the corner here. Time rolling down in the second half. McClaskey did it on Friday with a corner. Can she do it again here in the championship? Sixth corner of the match. Casalia, back post, and swatted away there. McClaskey and Casalia going for each other there. Throw in here will be from McCaleb. Sends it right back into the box. Tran turns and scores! Unbelievable! Navy 2-1 on top. That is the sophomore from Clarksville, Maryland. Down a goal, now up a goal for the #1 seed.
Are you kidding me? From the ground, watch this, the spin cycle. Boom! Far side, Casalia just couldn't get it out of reach.
Army's defense thought they had it closed up. That's why you never stop until it's all said and done. Navy on top with a 2-1 lead here in the championship, thanks to the robotics major, Victoria Tran.
Coach Cabrera calls her active. You earlier said she's everywhere, and she has been really stepping up in these last 12 minutes.
Here's Aaron Johns. Army needs a desperate response here with their season on the line. Mang was the one who changed the whole complexion of this game. There's McClaskey. Freeman. And now suddenly the strategy changes for both these teams. Walsh is going to track this one down. Navy has not won the Patriot League Championship since 2008. Lost in 2011 to Army, lost in 2013 to Bucknell. Karen Gabera 3-9 all-time in championship matches. Freeman a takedown there. Threw Murray like a rag doll, and it's going back to the cadets.
I like it. I like it. Navy has been out physical, in my opinion, but not in these last 10 minutes. Freeman giving a little shove there.
Casalia, 10 to go in our championship game. And Navy still putting the pressure on, continuing that press offense. Payton sends it back. Casalia boots it forward. Stayed in play there for the moment with Freeman. Now going back to the Knights. Throw in for Johns. Mendoza. This one goes out. Remember, a reminder here, this will be the first time ever the Navy women will win a Patriot League Championship at home at Glenn Warner Soccer Facility. Gabby Gordon in. Glenn Warner, who led the Mids to 9 NCAA tournament appearances as a coach, 4 Final Four appearances, a national title, a great player in his own right. We'll see how it all shakes out. The final 8 minutes plus here from Annapolis. And Jamie, really, when you think about Army today, besides the Walsh opportunity, there hasn't been much else towards Fordson.
Couldn't agree more, but as Aaron Johns, is part of her job is to do just that. 7 points in this tournament alone. Does she get another one?
That goal from Tran came in the 79th minute off the assist from Sadie McCaleb, who had just come into the match off the bench. Gordon, fresh legs. Can't track that one down. And then Casalia goes into the water there, out of bounds. If anybody's out there later, they'll find a nice soccer ball courtesy of Sydney Casalia.
Doesn't make any sense. She doesn't want the delayed. She needs that ball, get play going.
Started with McCaleb throwing just a couple minutes ago. And this one off target. You know, it's funny, we had talked about it on and off camera as we take a look at how we got here. Walsh, the only goal for Army. Mang and Tran, 2 major second half goals. Jamie, we were talking about it. In a championship match, you think you need that big-time player, somebody that's just going to take this game and say, this is mine. It is my time to shine. And for Navy that preaches, it's about everyone. It's about the program. Sometimes that can work against you, but sometimes it can work to your benefit. And somebody like Carolyn Mang, who could be a sophomore, can think, it's my turn to take over. Or Victoria Tran can think, yeah, I got to be the one to make the play. Those are the two that have stepped up today.
They really have. The two kids from Maryland, too, by the way, must be so proud. Friends and family, I'm sure, lining here at home. Capital, Annapolis.
Carfagno dribbles it into the box, and it's played on a foot by Fortson. Now she collects after two players collapse there. 6:35 to play in this second half. Winner will take the Patriot League Trophy and the Patriot League Championship on their way to the NCAA tournament. If Army is able to score another goal, we will go to overtime. Golden goal rule. First goal would win it. So now we're going to find out just how good this Navy defense is. Top 10 in multiple statistical categories this year with shutouts, with goals against. Karen Gabera has built one of the best defenses in the nation, and they have built themselves for this moment here, for this senior group, their first opportunity to win a Patriot League championship after losing in 2013 to the Bison of Bucknell. Mendoza off of Tran. Black Knights need to get it going here with under 6 remaining in the contest.
You know, Mang has been a super sub all season long. I think Coach Cabrera has used her beautifully. And you mentioned earlier, Tran, it's so nice to see her rewarded for, you know, the workhorse she's been.
Navy possession, here's McCaleb. Great throw-in, goes all the way back to the goalkeeper of the year, Casalia. Karen Gabera talks so much about the mentality needed in big-time moments, but the other thing that she stressed with us on our phone call this week is the execution of those big moments. And you think about Tran, you don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get there. You fall down to the turf. Maybe next time you're thinking, instead, no, I am on my butt, and I'm going to kick this with my left foot into the net. It takes an incredible amount of strength.
Probably her non-dominant foot, too. You just got to get it done. You got to get shots on goal. And after PKs, Coach Cabrera said what? We got it done. And I mean, at the end of the day, in the big moment, we got it done. And they are getting it done right now.
They have stayed composed all tournament long. They've played their brand of soccer, and they have found ways to win. That has been the story of their season. They have lost just 2 matches all season long. Under 5 to go in our championship game. Army needs a goal to keep its season alive. Navy looking to prevent that and beat Army here in the Patriot League title game. Played up ahead. Walsh gets a foot on it. Walsh dancing around. Walsh to the corner, to the middle, and it flies out.
One of the hardest things to do there is to get your hips around. Aaron Johns was open on that far post, and Walsh just couldn't quite get it back out towards the 6.
Still time to go here with just over 4 minutes remaining in the second half. Fortson, who got her team into this championship match thanks to the save that she made against Loyola in penalty kicks. Navy survived after a ball went off the crossbar to end it in PKs. 110 minutes, a goal apiece. And they have been waiting all year for this moment. So stoic, so poised. And now a chance to celebrate with still 3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. Sent forward by Mang. Tran gets ahead on it. And it's going back to the Cadets. Schaefer blasted through on the free kick. Ball trickles off to Johns. That's Aaron Johns. McClaskey. Great job by her on the defensive end. Remember, as a junior, she spent so much time defensively. Really got her chops there. Under 3 to go in our championship game.
We talked about the little things. Carfagno got pushed off the ball there, just as you said, by McClaskey. It's flipped the field.
Navy has never beaten Army in a women's soccer championship game. Casalia, big boot forward. Freeman pops it right back. You can sense the tension right now in this Annapolis, Maryland crowd. 2:15 to play in the second. Middle of the field there is Fontana. Murray. And Jackson knocks it up. Schaefer plays it right back in. Over the head of Freeman. Now it'll be a battle of Caitlin and Aaron Johns, and Caitlin wins that one. Under 2 to play. Kept in by Payton. Higginson right back at it. Tran gets by her. And Casalia able to meet her. Get her foot on that one. Players in the middle have been great today. McClaskey, Tran, Higginson. 1:20 and counting remaining in this contest. Caitlin Johns lets it out. The mids consent it. Just a couple plays away from putting the finishing touches on this one. Big throw in. Under a minute to play. Navy going for its first title since '08. Casalia boots it through. Torres. Do the Black Knights have one last crack in them? 40 to go. All the way back to Casalia. Line drive over midfield. McClaskey. And a whistle. 25 to go. This is the chance Army needs. Clock continues to roll. This could be the last one of the match here. Everybody on their feet. Schaefer with 10 to go. Army needs a goal to continue their season. Here it goes. Inside. Still poking around. And that's it. Navy survives and wins the Patriot League title. The mids are going dancing again for the first time since 2008. For the 4th time in program history, the women of the Naval Academy will hoist that trophy, but a little extra special because they do it for the first time ever here in front of their home fans in Annapolis, Maryland. From down 1-0 at the half to winning 2-1. An unbelievable comeback for the Naval Academy, and what a year it was for Army. And Jamie, that ball felt like it was hanging around there for 100 years at this point.
Exactly, exactly. What a thrilling finish here for Coach Gabarra and her senior class that she speaks so highly of. It was a team win, but you have to be thrilled for Fortson and company. They're going dancing, my friend.
Sydney Casalia had a wonderful year for Army. Aaron Johns was so great in this tournament. Army, thanks to Morgan Walsh, had a 1-0 lead. But it was too much from Navy today. And Victoria Tran, a moment for a lifetime. The mids, your champs in the Patriot League here in 2019. Jamie, it's been a lot of fun this weekend. Let's get your final thoughts.
Oh, DJ, it's been such an honor to be here. What a great game today. Keep your eyes on Coach Karen Gabarra, Sydney Fortson, and the whole team. They're going dancing.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of great rivalries in college sports. None more special than this one. Army and Navy. It is always a good time when these two teams crank it up. Army had it going early on. They got a goal in the first half. Morgan Walsh was the one that got it done right there. But then in the second half, the mids took control. They said enough's enough. It is our time to win. Navy, a 2-1 victory in the Patriot League final. For Jamie Watson and our entire stadium crew, I'm DJ Sickness saying so long. We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody, and happy Veterans Day.